Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the SHW F1 podcast. I'm Tom Delicati, here with Dr. Brady King and John White. We are your underinformed American buddies talking about F1. And we are here to discuss the ins and outs of the Las Vegas Grand Prix from this previous weekend. Everybody stayed up late and watched it real time, I believe.
Indeed.
John, you and I were together, so there's really no reason to question each other here on this one.
That's very true. You calling me a liar?
I am definitely having some technical difficulties here in terms of hearing everybody real time and contributing to this conversation. I also apologize to everyone listening for the ample amount of background noise as I am in a hotel lobby in downtown Chicago. So I apologize for the rough listening tonight, as I'm going to just continue to turn off and turn on my mic constantly when I'm not talking. So
it's a lot of work for Tom this evening.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm going to battle for you guys. I'm here to make things happen for you and for the 7 people who listen to this.
Well, we appreciate the sacrifice you make with your body.
Thank you. Thank you. Definitely some rookie duty conversation to have tonight. Most impressive, least impressive thoughts and feelings coming out of Las Vegas. We'll talk about Qatar, however you want to pronounce it, and our 3-pointers for that one. But before we can do any of that, I can't hear it playing. Is it playing?
No, me neither. I thought it was on my end.
Hey. Oh, there we go. Technical difficulties all around. So we are going to share our 15-second race reviews. Sorry, I didn't get the timing there correct because I can't hear when it plays it. This is a comedy of errors.
It's going to be a solid podcast for everyone listening.
We're
just so you
3
guys
minutes
know.
into this thing, and the wheels are completely off the tracks here. Last weekend, only one of us hit our 3-pointers. And that was, unfortunately, for Brady and I, it was John. So pulling away with this championship here is John White. I am in second still. Brady's in third. So, Brady, you're going to be up first with your 15-second race review.
Great. Hit me with it. All right. We've heard about next year's new car regulations, but what about the new racing suit regulations? Beyonce, modeling a prototype suit, gave us sneak peek at the new innovative cooling design. Gone are the days of bulky cooling vests and George's silver space jacket. The aerodynamic Deep V cools drivers faster than a Memphis Flash, but Edna Mode will never approve the cape.
I like it. They did show a lot of Beyonce, didn't they?
Yes, they sure did.
I apologize.
We're on a delay here.
I really can't. I can't even hear what he's saying. This is not even fun. It's like as soon as I hit a button to play a sound, it's like, oh, forget it. We're not going to play any sounds for you.
Oh, my God.
All right. I'm up next, and I'm not even going to play the sounds because it's just going to screw me up anyways. All right. Leave it up to race control in America to show us that wet weather tires can be used in competitive sessions. Also, there seemed to be only one place on this entire track to make a pass, but you needed to have DRS and a tire advantage to do it. Finally, a riddle. How does McLaren continue to have no true number 1 driver? The answer? By making sure they both lose.
Poor McLaren.
All right, John. I'm not going to play a sound for you either.
All right, works for me. That means I can go for like 4 minutes. Look what we have here. Lando thought he was Max and pulled a 2023 Lando. Kimi thought he was Max and found himself on a podium. And Max, well, he is Max and now well in contention to win it all. Vegas is Vegas, but you know what they say. What happens in Vegas? Verstappen's in Vegas. Except for herpes. God. That will follow back with you. When he said that at the end of the broadcast, Tom and I just look at each other. We're like, really?
Right.
Really?
He was holding on to that one for a while.
I didn't mind it.
But that's because you love Verstappen.
Yeah, but I mean, even if he would have come up with something catchy for Lando, or Oscar, or Lance Stroll for that matter, who I believe all 3 of us predicted correctly that he was going to be in the bottom 5. We didn't get anything else, but everybody picked Lance.
Yep.
I can appreciate a good pun, and that one made me chuckle.
Fair enough.
Well, the big story out of this weekend, the double disqualification that McLaren received post-race. So, I mean, just my personal perspective, I was not anticipating big things from McLaren this weekend. I thought they really maximized the result they could get on track by having a car in second and fourth on the road. Even though Lando took pole and looked super confident in qualifying, I just kind of had this feeling, even like a month or two ago, that this was going to be a Red Bull track. And I was not surprised that Max took it to him quickly. I was fairly surprised that Lando caught George in the first stint because I thought McLaren would fall off a cliff. But they had two decent results on track, and then we find out later that night, within a few hours, that both were disqualified, which is spicing up everything in terms of the Drivers' Championship.
Yeah, if we wanted a shootout, we certainly got a shootout. I didn't have it on my bingo card that a double disqualification was what was going to get us there, but I'm with you, Tom. I didn't expect them to do as well. I hoped that they would do well, but if you want a race for the last two races, I mean, you can't get much better than just denying them points altogether.
Especially on a day where Max takes 25. That was a significant shift. If Max would have gotten third, like if the podium would have been flip-flopped and Max would have been in third and George wins and Kimi in second, it's still a more intriguing story, but it's not nearly as intriguing as Max getting full points.
Right.
Yeah, it was a bit surprising, the double DNF, until you kind of thought about watching every time they showed McLaren coming down the straight and sparks were flying off the bottom of their car, like all over the place. And you're like, oh yeah, I guess there was something a little bit off on that.
It was. I did see something that said the amount of plank wear over the limit that Lando had on his titanium skid block, it was smaller than the width of a single human hair. That was how much over the limit he was. Less than the width of a normal human hair. That's crazy to me.
Rules and rules.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but it does kind of suck for Lando. Like he blew it on turn one. He still put in a very solid race after that, and then to disqualify over a human hair.
It's tough. It's tough not to say that I don't understand. I mean, these rules were brought in after the stuff that happened with Senna back in the day, and there's a reason that they don't want the cars running so low to the ground because it just risks them spinning out of control. So you have to discourage it. If you go over the limit, this is like a no-brainer. I mean, there's a measurement. They're doing it as accurate as they possibly can. So, I mean, when I hear it that it's smaller than a human hair, you're just like, well, can you be certain? Yeah, they are. I mean, otherwise they wouldn't be able to measure it to that accuracy and claim that. So, I mean, it's not like this happens all the time. Somehow they got it wrong, but you go over the limit and you get punished.
It's very Ferrari Coda 2023.
Right. The other thing that makes it at least a little bit interesting for me is that it happened to both cars, which tells me that, they, as a team, they thought they were running the car the right way. So it happened to both drivers. It's not like Lando was doing something that Oscar wasn't, or vice versa. And it's not like they set one car up one way or not the other, whatever. They picked their setup, both cars then wore through the blank. So
it only confirms that they broke the rules. Not
exactly.
Purposefully, but inevitably they broke the rules.
Yeah, and I read something this week already that a journalist in F1 was saying that this just kind of goes to show how much McLaren is pushing their setup to the limit. That there's not a lot more that they can squeeze out of this car, even though, the Constructors' Championship is sewn up easy, done and dusted. But the Drivers' Championship, there's still a lot to play for, and they are trying to... They can't just roll up to a race weekend and score a double podium anymore. That's the big difference, is that others have caught up, and they just can't squeeze anything else out of the car.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they want the end of the season like 4 weeks ago. They need it to happen fast.
They're like, man, this is a long season. Who agreed to these extra races? Not us.
Well, regardless, we get a treat for the last two races, and that is a very tightly contested three-way battle for the championship, because even though he's on a bad run of form lately, I don't think you can completely count Oscar out right now, even though it seems like Max has his claws completely into trying to take this fight to Lando. It's 24 points deciding between the two of them. We've got a sprint weekend this weekend and then Abu Dhabi. I think we are all in for a treat if it's single digits or less between first and second going into Abu Dhabi. I think that would be pretty awesome.
Well, Brady loves a good three-way, so it should make for an interesting last two races.
They call me the doctor.
That's right.
I don't know what
I
that
did
means,
read
but all right.
something. I didn't check the math on this, but in order for, I think the way that it's supposed to work out is in order for Max to ultimately clinch, he needs to get first in the sprint in the last two races, and Lando needs to get third or below. And even if Oscar gets second, obviously, because they're tied, then Max can still pull it out. But the point separation needs to be, like if Lando gets second on any of those and Max continues to get first, then he'll lose by a point or two. So it's
There's a lot of
still
different
like
scenarios.
hard. It's a real hard
Because I think
scenario.
he could take, if I had it right, he could take second in like the sprint and one of those races, but then Lando could come in sixth, and then they could lose. Because there's just such a huge point difference between first and second. So Max's job is Max has to win. Like,
Yeah.
you have to win to give yourself a shot. Lando's job is to not go too many spots behind. He needs to be in second or third all the way through. And so no major screw ups, which he has the car to do that. So, I mean, both guys know what they have to do.
If Max wins both races and the sprint, like if Max just wins all three sessions that are left, and Lando finishes third in each of the sessions that are left, Lando is still your world champion.
Right. Yep. Yeah, he's got to do fairly bad one time for Max to have a shot. And when I say fairly bad, I mean, like you said, fourth, fifth, sixth, somewhere in that range. And then we're talking like a fighting chance here. So don't put it in the wall. Don't do anything dumb.
Don't do
try to
what you
keep your
did
nose
at
clean.
turn 1 in Vegas, which
But
was
see,
not
honestly-
characteristic of Lando.
No, but even that, it wouldn't be that bad of a thing. He can't risk having something like Bortoletto running into him, or Lance, or somebody just smashing into him, right? Like, he's got to stay clean.
Yeah. It's a lot of
Well,
pressure.
and these two remaining tracks are definitely more McLaren friendly than the Vegas Strip is.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Weather is a wild card, but in Qatar and in Abu Dhabi, I really don't think weather is as big of a wild card.
See, now I would have said the same thing, but so maybe we're skipping ahead a little bit here, but we want to do the most and least surprising, because my most surprising thing is that it rained in Vegas.
It poured in Vegas.
Yeah, it sure did.
I mean, it does. I've been in Vegas when it rained.
Yeah.
But it's not
happens.
normal. Yes, it's definitely not normal, and definitely not to the amount that they got. Like, it's normal to get like a little quick shower and then it's gone for the next, 6 weeks. And then you get a little shower again, but not a downpour like that.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it was enough where they couldn't put on intermediates.
Yeah, my most surprising thing was not the weather. It was more race related, and that was Andrea Kimi Antonelli.
Mm-hmm.
What a race.
And I know that we're probably going to talk about him a little bit more later, but Kimi Antonelli has really shown up the last, 3-5 races. I was surprised, but I mean, he started really far down, and he wound up, thanks to the disqualifications, on a podium, doing a strategy that nobody else did, and he made it work. And it's not like he was nursing his tires at the end. At the end, he was on 47 lap old hard tires. He's pumping in faster times than Russell on those last few laps.
He was killing it.
It was awesome. My least impressive thing, or I was least impressed by, the team effort at Aston Martin. They had one car DNF, which, surprise, surprise. But even with 2 cars getting disqualified and a few others not finishing the race, Fernando can't even sneak into the top 10. It was a real bummer. I know they're not a straight line fast car right now. It was just a real bummer that they're slipping away on the Constructors' Championship. Like, They're no chance of getting in 6th. They're probably going to watch 7th place slip through their fingers too.
Well,
Yeah, how are
hot
you,
topic
Fernando
here.
Alonso? You start 7th, 2 drivers ahead of you, DNF, and you still don't manage to get any points.
Right.
Like that doesn't make any sense.
The hot topic here is that they let go of their team principal, right? And if the it's not really rumors, of course, he's going to throw his resume in there, but are we going to get a Christian Horner and Adrian Newey back together again?
Ooh.
Yeah, that'll look great.
I don't know that
People who
Adrian
can't see
Newey
it,
would
Tom
be
is
on
making
board
a
with
very
that.
grimacing face.
Well, I was going to use Kimi as my our most impressive, but I did have a backup because I figured someone else would jump on that. In a very similar vein, Sir Lewis Hamilton, 19th to 8th. We've not seen Ferrari compete like that in at least the past 8 races.
Yeah, he was really, really down on himself after the race too, even though he made what you would consider to be a pretty strong drive. But he
called it a failure of a weekend.
He's still feeling lost in that car
Well,
and in that team.
See, what's funny is I was going to say that Ferrari was one of my least surprising things because Ferrari found a way to Ferrari themselves again. But Hamilton, I think the reason he's down on himself was, yeah, he finished 8th, but really it's 10th on track, right? If you take away the disqualifications.
Mm-hmm.
And what he was looking at was, I started really bad. I jumped all the way up to, he was at 6th at one point on track, not like because of pit strategies or anything else. He was like moving way up. And then suddenly, because of just the way the car is and the strategy, he found himself finishing in 10th. And so at the end of the race, he's just like, what happened? I think the radio message he even had was, what happened with the strategy? How did I end up in P10? Like, I just don't understand.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there's 2 ways to look at it. You know, if the glass is half full or half empty.
Right.
He doesn't even have a glass left. So he's just, he's like, whatever. I know that this poor guy, and I'm not a huge fan of his, and we've talked about this over and over, but I know that like one of his biggest regrets whenever he looks back over his career is going to have to be going to Ferrari. Like there's no way that he, at least if next season shapes up like this one, there's no way that he's going to look back and go, yep, I made the right choice.
I think for all the championships that he's had, the fact that he still gets to say that I raced for Ferrari, I think he's going to still be happy about that. I mean, he's had the best career of all time, or right there with the tops, the greats, So, I don't know. I get what you're saying, but I think also getting the chance to race for Ferrari, even if it's just for a couple of years, even if they're not great years, it's still racing for Ferrari.
Yeah,
I would do it.
I wouldn't race for anyone.
Yeah. All right, let's take a quick break, and we'll come back, and we'll come back to the rookie duty because we didn't actually dive into that earlier, and we'll make our predictions for Qatar this weekend.
In the heart of Qatar, where the desert sands whisper ancient secrets, we bring you Camel. Not seen since the days of Lotus and Senna, this humpback is making a comeback. Uber too expensive? Didn't bring your Huracan? Get Camel for a smoking hot deal today. Filtered for the smoothest ride from A to B, Camel gets you where you need to be. Get Camel today. Warning, beware of spitting and toes.
Is there great lease options?
There are plenty of options available. Buy, lease, rent, ride
I want
share.
mine with a sunroof.
You can do it. Would you like 1 hump or 2?
Camel.
Just straight Camel.
I like it. I like it.
I like it. Yeah.
Okay. Duty time.
Okay.
This is this a slam dunk?
It has to
Yeah,
be.
but can I discuss one other option?
Sure.
Bort was some kind of a dude this weekend with his strategy in the first lineup.
Take out as many people as possible.
Dude, Was there a brake failure? Because it didn't look like he even hit the brakes at all.
Yeah.
Just straight into the side. Coming off of last week, that was rough.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I mean, he's had a rough couple races in a row now. I'm wondering if he's going to be able to kind of get it back together for the final 2 races of the year. I don't know though.
Yeah. But back to the real duty. Yeah, it's got to be slam dunk Kimi.
No contest from me on that. He killed it.
Tom,
Yeah.
clean sweep.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a hell of a performance. I was very impressed. I feel like we're starting to see, the real Kimi Antonelli that we knew was down in there somewhere. He was having a rough mid-season, but he's really putting it back together here at the end.
Yep.
It's good to see.
All right, then. Kimi, come get your dude. E.
We will ship it to you. It is on its
Oh, yeah?
way via camel to Qatar. Well, Tom, what say you? We get to some 3-pointer action here.
Yeah, I apologize. This trying to listen to you guys is the most challenging thing on earth right now. Just with my unstable
That's what our
internet.
7 listeners say too.
Yeah. My internet keeps dropping out and it keeps reconnecting, so I'm hearing like a third of what you say. I apologize.
Well, it's going to be great when you either edit it or just listen to it for the first time.
Right. I'll have that experience just like any one of our other listeners. It's like I'm just listening to myself talk right now, and it's wonderful. All right, John, I need a 3-pointer from you.
I am predicting another McLaren DNF.
Whoa. Really trying to make it interesting, huh?
Yes.
One or more, or both of them?
Just one McLaren DNF.
Just one. We can't have 2.
We hold him to the fire here.
I mean, if you will accept one or more, I will
The
do it.
championship is on the line here. I need to make sure that we understand your intentions.
One or more McLaren DNF.
Yeah, that's fine.
You're locked in.
Am I allowed to apply this also to the sprint, or am I applying it solely for?
Well, you're
we
the one
just
who's got to state
agreed
it, right? Yeah.
to the main race.
Okay.
Or at least what we thought was going to be the main race, and now you're kind of trying to throw a wrench in here. So please be clear with your intentions, and then Brady and I will make our final decision.
One or more DNF this weekend in either the sprint or the main race.
So we got 4 shots, and we need 1 DNF out of McLaren. I still think that's unlikely. So, sure.
It's unlikely, yes, but simply the fact that now he's like, he just doubled down, He split. He
Look.
just split 11s.
Yeah, he sure did. He pulled a Vegas.
That's what he did.
Yeah.
I did split 11s, yeah.
So I'm well out of the contention here, so I'm more like having fun. So you know what, Tom? You can decide here.
No, it's fine. We'll just put a big fat asterisk next to John's championship trophy. Yeah, totally fine. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. My 3-pointer for this weekend is that someone, likely a driver, besides Max or Lando, will win the sprint race.
Someone besides Max or Lando will win the sprint race.
So I'm taking the field besides
Yeah.
Max or Lando.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. I think that's fair as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
I don't think I have any shot here. So, but if I'm going to have a shot, I got to do what I did last week, but actually have it pay off. I got to pick something that doesn't agree with you guys. So I think that Lando DNFs in the race, not the sprint race.
I'll take it.
I shouldn't say thinks, because I don't think that's actually going to happen. I need it to happen if I have a shot at this.
Yeah. I'm totally fine with that as your 3-pointer.
This is me chucking it from the cheap seats.
It works
That's what
for me,
this is
because
all about.
if it works for you, then it still works for me, and I'll
Yep.
take it. Well, that
All right.
is going to do it for us here at SHW. We appreciate you guys sticking around. It's been a very interesting podcast, not the normal format that we are used to, but unlike last week, we decided let's go ahead and throw one out. So we appreciate you guys for hanging around and listening. Hopefully you guys enjoy Qatar, and we will see you on the flip side.
Good night, everybody.
Were you guys talking that whole time?
I just did the outro. And welcome to our first podcast.
I'm just hitting bullseyes here.
Yeah. I feel like the title of this episode's got to be Baby's First Podcast.
Oh my gosh.
SHW Turn 1 Lap 1.